Good Monday morning, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Sunday yesterday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Jesse Peterson, and let's talk about the weather for your Monday. Now, looking at the radar right now, you can see nice outside. There's no precipitation falling at all, and honestly, from where I am right now, I mean it's just nice outside. I'm nice and cool, 63 degrees right now, and no clouds in sight, so it's a very nice morning, at least where I am. But we're going to talk about the entire United States, and then we're going to get on to cloud cover, and we'll see what's going on with there. We do have just probably, honestly, that might not be rain. That might be some slight sprinkles, but I don't think it's anything really remotely to do with like heavy rain or anything like that in Nevada, California, over here in Oklahoma. This is probably rain over here inside Oklahoma. And then as you move up here into New England, you can see that we do have some rain, some downpours moving through, like Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut as well. We still do have some rain and some flooding going on inside of Florida right now, as Hurricane Milton is still yet to come, but it is expected to be a Category 4 hurricane by 2 o'clock p.m. So we'll see what happens at 11 o'clock a.m. The 11 o'clock a.m. update, but expected to be a Category 4 by 2 p.m. and then it will stay a Category 4 until Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then as you get into Wednesday, 2 o'clock p.m., it downgrades to a Category 3. And then once it makes landfall, it'll make landfalls around a Category 2, Category 3 ish. Probably a Category 2, most likely. And it will continue through Florida as a hurricane, go all the way through, and just go just to our south. So, in terms of like conditions, I mean, with Milton, I don't really see too much in terms of. I mean, I see definitely some gusty winds and maybe some rainfall, especially for like the low country of South Carolina. But other than that, I don't really see anything else too like bad, anything too dangerous. Like there were some mono runs that had it going a bit to the north, but most of them have it going south now. So we'll continue to watch and see what happens. Yep, and just as I thought, no cloud cover at all for the state. So everyone is probably having a pretty good morning this morning. Here is our cloud cover total percentage as you push this forward. Cloud cover again just dissipates. I mean, that fog that we were watching for this morning, you can see the fog will continue for about like another hour or so in some places. But as you continue through, look at this. Nice. Just nice. And then I think these right here, these little cloud cover spots that are popping up, these are actual showers and downpours if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you can see that they're starting to pop off as you get into like tonight. So and then that is going to be a pretty nice day, pretty much until we get to around like tonight. Here's our current temperatures. Current temperatures right now: 62 inside of Columbia, 68 inside of Charleston, 66 inside of Myrtle Beach, 64 inside of Georgetown, 64 inside Sumter and Florence, as well as 62 in Rock Hill, Union, 61 inside Greenville, Spartanburg, and as well as 64 inside of Anderson, 63 or 62 inside of Augusta, Fairfax, 64 inside Walterboro and Orangeburg, and 68 inside of Moncks Corner and Beaufort. Here's our high temperatures for today: 84 in Greenville, 83 in Spartanburg, 84 inside of Rock Hill, as well as 85 in Girard and Dillon, 81 inside of Myrtle Beach, 84 inside of Georgetown, as well as 81 inside of Charleston, 85 in Moncks Corner, 86 inside of Walterboro, 83 inside of Hilton Head Island, 86 inside of Aiken, and 87 Columbia and Sumter. Here is our peak sustained winds. Very, very calm today. Very, very calm today. Winds only around 2 to 5 miles an hour for most of us. Some isolated spots like up there in Greenville, 6 miles an hour. Georgetown, 6 miles an hour. Myrtle Beach, 7. Hilton Head Island, 8 miles an hour possible. And probably the highest one is probably down there near Charleston at around 9 miles an hour. And if you're along the immediate coastline, you may have 10 or maybe even a bit higher than 10. But right now, just seems to be that the max, the peak sustained wind is not going to be much. Now, in terms of gust, again, pretty calm, pretty calm. Not really much to talk about, really, except for gusts 3 to 5 miles an hour in like the pretty much all the Midlands, most of the PD region, most of the Low Country, and then gusts along the coastal regions will be around 8 to 10, maybe even 8 to 11, 12 miles per hour. Up there in the upstate, around 7 to 9 miles an hour is also possible. 7, maybe even a bit higher than 9, but again, very, very calm today. Here's our forecast precipitation. Now, this is from today, 8 o'clock in the morning, to tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. And you can start to see that the potential for showers, downpours, maybe even some thunderstorms as well is possible. Newberry around 100th of an inch to a tenth of an inch possible. Same thing with Sumter, Florence, Cheraw, Dillon, Aiken. All these places do have a chance for 100th of an inch to a tenth of an inch, and maybe even a quarter of an inch. An isolated quarter of an inch is possible throughout this entire pack right here. So, again, not much rain, but still some rain that you definitely might have to bring that umbrella out for, especially if it's during the day. And then here's our day one SPC outlook. We do have a chance for some thunderstorms inside the Midlands of South Carolina and the upstate of South Carolina and the PD region of South Carolina. So the only place that really won't see any thunderstorms is probably the Low Country of South Carolina. But everyone else, you do have a shot. If a shower pops up in your area, it does have the ingredients in there to turn into a thunderstorm. Let's go on and talk about the future real quick. So here's the HRRR. And then as we go on and push this forward, you can see nothing's going on until you get to around like 9, 10, 11 o'clock p.m. tonight is when you start receiving the potential for those showers to maybe try and move in. But again, not really much going on. Not really much going on at all. So, like I said, most of it will probably happen during the nighttime. So I don't really think the rain's going to be too much of a daytime threat. Here are the tropics right here. We're not going to go too far in depth with this, but here's Kirk up here, 75 miles an hour, going up to France. Yes, going up to France to become to bring some tropical storm force conditions Wednesday evening. So interesting stuff going on there. Leslie is finally starting the curve, so Leslie is no longer on our radar either. Milton, though, is going to bring life-threatening storm surge and damaging waves to Florida, damaging winds. I don't think rainfall is a huge threat, even though there is a moderate risk. There is a moderate risk. So I won't say that there is not really a threat for some dangerous rainfall, because there definitely is, but life-threatening would probably be in the high category, but damage and flooding is definitely possible in the red areas as well, like Orlando, Miami, Jacksonville, Tampa Bay. So all those regions do have a chance for some damaging flash flooding. Know anybody in those regions, let them know. Also, up to 8 to 12 feet of storm surge is possible in places like Tampa Bay, for example. So, again, this is life-threatening. If you know anybody that's inside of the like little zone to have a mandatory evacuation, please make sure that they do in fact leave, because people didn't evacuate for Helene, especially with all that storm surge, and that's where we started racking up fatalities at. So make sure that if you're in a mandatory evacuation zone, or if you know somebody inside of a mandatory evacuation zone for Milton, or pretty much ever, please, probably should not stay there. Probably should go. And then here is disturbance 1 down over here, not really doing much. System is expected to move near the Cabo Verde Islands on Thursday and Friday, and some marginal favorable It appears marginally favorable for some slow development of the system as it moves into the eastern tropical Atlantic. Now, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that as much. And that had a 30% chance of forming in the next 7 days. But that's it for today. So I will be back tonight with another forecast update. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're at 269, trying to get to 300. 300 by November the 5th. We now are honestly getting close because we don't now have, let's see, around, we have around less than a month. Around less than a month remaining. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit the share button, and also hit the like button as well. And I will be back tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. live with your Monday evening forecast update.